Hey guys, it's Ben from Tilmor. Today I'm going to show you how to set the toe on the front of your Tilmor 520 tractor and then also center the steering wheel on your tractor. The reason why you would need to adjust the toe is if you got done changing the front wheel spacing, we recommend that you go ahead and at least check it to make sure that the front wheels are tracking straight. And what we mean by toe is the front wheel. If you're sitting in the tractor, toed in, the front wheels are going to be like this. It's not going to be that dramatic, and toed out, the front of the front wheels are going to be like this. So this is toed in, this is toed out. And the way we'll check that is you'll need a tape measure. And what we like to do here is basically we just take a tape measure and go at the center of the wheel. We usually go at like 11 inches. We just draw a paint marker right at 11 inches. And then we'll do the same thing over here. Basically, this just allows you to keep your tape measure straight. And we'll do the same thing on the back of the wheels as well. And obviously do them all at 11 inches. If you guys get a brand new tractor from us and you see paint on the front wheel, that is what it's from. It's from us checking the toe. So we actually just got done changing the spacing on this tractor for a customer. We set it at 70-inch wheel spacing, and we're just gonna go ahead and check it. So what I like to do is I just hook the tape measure on the outside of that center little bar and just pull it over here. As you notice, we're right there on that white line. And then I just pull it over here and I'm measuring, right there's the white line, and I'm measuring to the outside of that center bar. And it's 69 3/4. It does not matter where you measure on the tire. We do it, we hook on that bar because we can do it by ourselves then. But wherever you measure on this tire in the front, you need to measure on the back as well. And the same thing here, because if you're measuring at different spots, you're going to get inaccurate measurements. So let's go back here. And we're just going to hook the tape measure right there under that white line and pull it over here. And as you see, there's my white line, and we're at 69 3/4. So that is the goal, is to basically get it straight up. You want the front and the back to be the same measurement. And it's going to be within a 16th or a strong 16th. That's good enough. Our measurements are not super fine, so you're not going to really be able to dial it in much closer than that. So let's say that I got done changing this and the toe was off. Let's say it was toed in, so the front of the wheels are in like this. We need to take the front of the wheels and we need to push them out to get the toe correct. The way that we would do that is we want to undo these bolts right here. You take that bolt out. You have to pull that bolt clear out to be able to adjust it. And we will do the same thing for this bolt over here. Next, what you want to do is your little toolbox here in the front, we're going to want to take that cover off. You can reach under and hold the nut. And there's the nuts, and set them down here, and this whole plate comes out. And it'll come out just like that. And this is what we're going to adjust. If you look down in here, the big silver pinch nut, you'll want to go ahead and loosen those. And we do it with a large crow's foot. It's 1 7/16 crow's foot. You can use a wrench. You can sneak a wrench up there. But basically, you just go ahead, and since this one is good, we're not going to loosen it, but you just go ahead and break that pinch nut loose. Once you have both of those jam nuts off, go ahead, and how we adjust it is these tie rod tubes thread in or out. So if the wheel needs to go out farther, you take this tube and you thread it out. And once you have it threaded out to the place you want it to be, you'll go ahead and you'll put this bolt back in there. You'll do the same thing to this side. You'll adjust them. The best way to do it is to adjust them evenly. Say you have 1 inch to make up. You need to adjust this side a 1/2 inch and this side a 1/2 inch. That's the best way to do it to keep everything centered. And so once you've made your adjustment, put your bolts back in. That lines everything back up, and then you can check your toe again. If your toe's good, go ahead, tighten these, put these in, and tighten these bolts back up. Tighten those bolts back up. Go ahead and tighten those jam nuts in there back up. That locks everything together. And then we recommend go ahead and check your toe one more time to make sure it's good and square. So after you've got your toe set, you're driving your tractor, and you notice my steering wheel is not centered. It's not going to really, doesn't change the performance of the tractor. But if you don't like that our emblem there is not quite centered, or the bars here in the steering wheel are not quite centered, I'll show you how that you can go ahead and change that as well. So if you notice on here, there's a bunch of little Phillips heads. There's only one that actually does anything, and it tends to be at the bottom of our logo there. And you'll just remove the cover just like that, and there's a nut there, and go ahead and loosen that nut. Take it completely off, and that steering wheel will slide off. You probably have to use a hammer to tap on it to get it off. And the best way to do it is to drive outside and come to a complete stop, and however your steering wheel is indexed, go ahead, stop right where it's at, put the tractor in neutral, set your brake, shut your tractor off, and go ahead and remove your steering wheel. And if your tractor is stopped like that, work your steering wheel loose and just center it. Just like that, and put it on there centered, and you'll go ahead, put the nut back on, go ahead and tighten it up, and put the cover back on. All right, after you've driven your tractor, you've checked the toe, it's straight up, and you've centered your steering wheel, you've made sure that the 2 jam nuts are good and tight, you made sure these 2 bolts are good and tight, you're ready to go ahead and put your cover back in. Go ahead and put both bolts down through the holes and start the nuts. All right, that's it. That's how you check and adjust your toe and center your steering wheel. Hopefully this video is helpful. If there's anything else you guys want to see, any other videos that you guys need, please reach out, let us know, and we'll be glad to help. Thank you.